Hi, YouTube. I'm doing great. How are you? um, oh, I was really sick for about a week there, but I fasted for a day and a half, and I actually ate breakfast like was it like 3 mornings ago, and then I didn't eat supper and all the next day into almost like 10 o'clock at night. That was last night, so I broke my fast and because when I eat things that aren't good for me, I suffer for it. I really get really sore. My arthritis bothers me more, all that. So, I mean, just weird things like onions, and stuff. And I had onions 2 days in a row. I made a meatloaf, so I was like, okay, that was stupid. Then I had part of it on a sandwich another day, and it's like, so anyway, I suffered. I paid the price. But yeah. And then it's been wet and rainy and kind of chilly. It was kind of warm today though. Not bad. It got up to, I'm going to say, 80-ish, somewhere around there. And so I've been thinking a lot about the summer solstice and people trying to conjure stuff and do their sorcery, witchcraft, and whatnot today. And thinking about how the average normal person, just with God in your heart, you have more power just willing your life than any of these spellcasters will ever have. So, this is my opinion. So, if somebody differs in opinion, I'm all cool with that too. You can tell me your opinion. I'm open to hear what you think, but I won't be open to change my mind. I'm set in my ways. I have been set in my ways for a long time. Not just anything I learned out of a book, but something I was born with. So I'm a fighter like that. Doug was mixing up two songs last night. One was I Am the Warrior. Well, yeah. And then I told him the words to it because I don't think he ever really heard them before. Shooting at the walls of heartache, you know. So if you survive the warrior. But then there was one other one. Let's think. What was he singing? Oh, it might come to me. I don't know. It was like he goes, "Well, isn't that your song?" And I said, "Yeah, it's kind of like one one of them." Not that I wrote it or anything, but like when you hear something like you know what I mean, when you're like 17 years old and you hear a song and it's just like your song, you know. Like one of my songs when I was 17 was Dancing Queen, you know. So I look back at that. Some of you older people probably laugh, 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 laugh now. That's funny. Well, I was. That's just funny. And it was. It was so much fun being young and dancing. And now I'm looking for my ashtray. Where did that go? Oh, here it is. So, yeah, today was wonderful. It rained this morning though. It was really a little odd. And then them freaking neighbors of mine let their dog out at 12:30 or about 1 o'clock. I got up. My dog was barking at it. Was outside my window practically right down by our creek, yelling at me because I had chased it off the other day when that DNR plane was out there. So it paid me back. Well, next time I'll get out the AK and blast a few rounds in the air and see how that SOB likes that shit. So people got some guns around here and they even got spud guns but they don't have something like that. And it's a real one. It could be made into a fully automatic. And we have friends that are like so into guns. I mean, Two, when you can fabricate any piece of metal into anything you want, you know, there's no way really. I mean, this government can say, hey, we're going to take your guns, but what about gunsmiths? I mean, like right in our college where I went to Pine Tech for clerical and software and whatnot, uh, there's gunsmithing. So what about like somebody like Doug, a metal fab and um, knowledgeable enough to gunsmith and these people like that? You'll never get rid of anything because they can make their own. So it really wouldn't matter. It's just like I have enough chemistry to make bombs. Whoop de doo, you know? They can't ever, with just common materials, they can't ever stop people from blowing shit up if they want to blow it up, you know? So, anyway, but yeah, that freaking dog. So, anyway, I wouldn't want to see it being put down or anything, but yeah, people are rude. Well, we think literally, and I can't prove this, but they have some big old parties and they've been called on around here very late in the summer. And I expect it'll probably be like the 4th of July and different ones like that that they celebrate. And we pretty sure we know somebody that knows them that they're meth into meth dealing. And then we know another big meth head, Cook. He's been sitting on a corner about 3 miles kitty corner from me through the woods. Um, they've been sitting over there. She works, he cooks, and yeah, it's a lot of shit around in the country. And for them to even get in there and get them, it's a big deal. But a lot of people have um, motorhomes and they cook in them, you know. So it's just thinking like people I know. Um, okay, for instance, I know somebody with hepatitis. They're a meth head, and God knows what else. So if they go out and they're sleeping with people and they're dealing, and so either by their mouth or what they're selling or even sleeping with someone, that's a triple whammy of murder right there. And these people that just are doing this stuff to themselves, they think they're just really, honestly. I met this woman and she told me she was so proud that she had never been out on the street selling herself to get her drugs, but she would sell drugs to make her drugs, you know. And I told her, and she had kids, and I said to her, actually a grandmother, I said to her, I said, so you're not concerned that the stuff you're selling is going to get into the hands of somebody that'll die because of what you want to do for yourself? She kind of ignored me. Now I'm thinking now she's in treatment for like the umpteenth time. But when she met me, I literally kicked her out of my house. I'm like, you either get God or get out, something like that. And I think she got God. She come over on my channel one time and she's like, you should make a video about this, that, or the next thing. And I'm like, just look in my videos, look at the title. You will find what you're looking for, you know. Of course, like every video isn't just one subject. Typically, I try to get to the main issues of what I'm talking about. Like my themes today are um, conjuring, baloney. Yeah, and that's about all they could conjure. If they mixed up a bunch of meat and made some bologna, that's how their kids turn out too, kind of haphazard like that. So, yeah, that's a slam. And I was gonna try and be nice. Oh well, shit happens. Well, then, okay, so we touched on the solstice and the conjuring and all the little fairies and witches running around with their little fairy dust and candles and the rest of their blood sacrificing bullshit, whatever they do. Then I checked into that app I was telling you about, that Lbry, Lbry, and it's a beta. And from what I could tell from the reviews, people weren't too happy with it. It's like they could upload their videos, but they weren't able to play any videos. So if they came across somebody that they enjoyed listening to, they couldn't even listen to their videos. And this one person said they got the app, it wouldn't load, so they tried reinstalling it. And somebody else said, figures because it's a beta. And then there was some good reviews too that said, well, I give it a 5-star just because I'm sick of YouTube. And another one said I give it a 4 rating and I haven't tried it yet. And somebody else said, I really enjoyed this app because I'm sick of YouTube. And then I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if this beta is sort of like a scam to lure people away from YouTube. It says you own all your own content still. And even with people that are um, like if a new movie or music or something is coming up on this Lbry and you're part of the community and you make the decisions and supposedly you can make money over there. Not sure. I didn't go to their website. I just read what was on the app, but it's lbry.com if you want to check it out and maybe give me your opinion. I don't know. Um, Everybody bitches about YouTube, but I'm not trying to make money on here. So the only complaint that I would ever really, really have is like a 10-minute video taking like 73 minutes to upload or something like that. It's a little crazy, but I think when they're busy, what do? You know, or if they have to review what I'm saying, you know, there's nothing they can really do about it. But anyway, so yeah, I had a really nice talk with my daughter-in-law yesterday. She's freaked out about the world, you know. No, a lot of people don't want to talk about any gay issues or anything like that, but I'm touching on a transgender thing. I told you before, but my granddaughters are going to school with a boy that is becoming a girl. Well, my daughter in law heard this woman, the mom, outside the school yapping that, oh, yeah, by the time he gets to see his son, he's going to be a girl. I'm thinking, oh, revenge for towards the dad. Total man hater is what my daughter-in-law said. And I believe her. I do. I've been there, not totally. I mean, I didn't hate to the point where I thought about murder, but I didn't hate to the point where I would ever go through with anything. And I literally went and talked to somebody so I could get that out of my head, you know. And she said, well, we can give you some pills, but there's really nothing wrong with you. And I said, yeah, I know. I made a psychiatrist of 5 counties, like a bigwig. I made her cry when I told her the shit that was going down in my life. She literally started crying. And I've been a counselor too. I felt like crying when people are talking too, but you got to be a pretty tough cookie if you're going to hear some of the stuff. Like, for instance, here's a for instance. So, I may not tell you the whole story, I'll give you a brief on this. One of my Facebook friends asked the question, why did you separate from your ex? Be honest. And I thought, okay, here goes, buddy. You are not going to like the answer. He was like, whoa, so I was like, take that. Don't ask questions you don't want the answers to, that type of thing. Poor guy, you know. I might touch on it again someday. I got videos, pretty much. I talk about it openly a lot, but, um, there's a lot of ritualistic bullshit going on in the world, and I've experienced quite a bit of it. Came out the other side strong because I have God in my heart. That's the only thing that saved me, believe it or not. You know, so when you're little and you're in a crib and you're vulnerable, there's some things in life people will push aside and not want to remember. I have a very good memory. So, and that's the scariest thing for these people that would want to do other people harm is somebody with a really good memory. They want you to forget, you know. So they want you to believe that your soul has never existed before, that you weren't anything before and you're not going to be anything again, you know. And the same with these conjurers, it's like I tell them, make a raindrop. You don't have to make a human being. You didn't conjure up yourself. I just want you to make a raindrop. I'm not talking condensation or anything, nothing with none of God's materials that are already on this planet or in space, anywhere. Nothing, absolutely nothing but your own self. Make something. That's all I want to see. Then I'll call you God. I'll say, yep, God, bless you. You're freaking cool. you know. So hey, could you make my arthritis feel better? Thanks, dude. you know. So yeah. Today is a kind of an emotional day for people that have been through ritual abuses because they're doing it to other people today. So yeah, I'm pissed. To tell you the truth, I've been angry all day, So it's that's something Doug said. He's like, I said, I can yell at somebody and act like I'm gonna beat your ass, and I'm laughing inside, and I really am cracking up. And he said he knows that. That's why he pushes me. But then he's like, but then I'm like, yeah, you don't want to push somebody too far. That could not be good, you know. So, and I was thinking the same thing with the bad people, I'm thinking I'm not out here to insult anybody. We're all made with the same minds, no matter what we're deciding to do with it, or the souls within ourselves if we're handicapped in certain ways. Because even physical injuries, you may not be thinking right. It's like if I had a fever for a few days, not on top of my game, really, really injured. But then again, it's kind of like a bear too. You don't want to back an injured bear up in the corner, So kind of works for you if you're injured, because then you're a little different than you would have been if you weren't injured. Let's say that, So yeah. So literally, I know that there are witches. I know I was raised by the Eastern Star that thinks that she's like on the top of the world, gonna destroy my children and try to destroy me through that. Well, they've tried and tried and tried and tried and tried and tried, and today's a big day for them to try some more. And I made a little video yesterday on Facebook for my kids, and it just says kids on there. And I think it's like 49 seconds long or something like that. Maybe a minute 49. No, I think it's about 49 seconds. And I just told them to remember that. And the parents too, that, you know, it's like this world demeans parents nowadays, and parents and kids got to remember that y'all love each other, no matter what you're going through, that type of thing. Just kind of, I always say I'm kind of like a cheerleader for people like that, because not just my kids, because there's people on my Facebook page I consider kids too that I've been friends with for a very long time. Not only my relatives too, like some cousins, my adopted cousins. So I don't have any blood. Well, I do have blood cousins on my father's side. They're McDonald's, but his last name was a German name, and his mother was a McDonald. So, yeah, one of them. Yeah. He already had one girl out of wedlock older than me, so when they found out there was another bastardette, they were like freaking shocked. And I talked to like an older brother, and oh, I did talk to an older cousin. He was really nice. He was a vet, and most of them live in Minnesota. They're only like a couple 100 miles away from me. Then I have a niece that follows me. Looks quite a bit like me when I was younger, really long, pretty hair. Except I think her eyes are green, but I have like this blue ring around my brown eye. When you see me in person, it's a real dark blue, almost like a navy blue. And I don't just have brown eyes, so it's kind of weird and different. But yeah, sometimes people look in my eyes and they're just like freaking out, And I used to look at them like, "What are you like? What are you freaking out about?" And I knew it was my eyes, because in person they're kind of spooky. They're windows to the soul. So, yeah, and they're different. But yeah, I think my niece's green eyes. Oh, my dad had like blue eyes, blonde, curly hair. My one son has blue eyes, blonde, curly hair. The other one's brown eyes without the ring, and red hair. Kind of auburn sometimes, but he was orange haired when he was born. That really freaked me out. So, but yeah, if you have any opinions about summer solstice or sorcery or non sorcery or God or non God or creation or conjuring or spells through words or vibrations or colors or Schumann frequencies and ohms and anything. If you have any opinions about anything like that, I'd be happy to talk to you about it, because I'm a plethora of information when it comes to that stuff. You know, like I'm talking Vedic astrology, Mayan, American, um, numerology, gematria, um, you name it. I've studied it, and I mean, you name it. I've studied it, good or bad. Doesn't mean I practiced it, because there's another thing I was going to touch on, the word practice. These people have to practice what God gives His own naturally. So I've been accused of being a witch because, like, if hard times fall upon somebody that does me wrong or whatever, not my problem, like if your karma train came around, picked your ass up, not my problem. So, so anyway, yeah, there's some videos out there about me, but that's okay. I'm cool with that. I'm not gonna cast no spells on somebody. If you piss me off, I'd rather physically slap your fucking ass silly, you know. So really, use my good arm. Well, arm wrestle first, and then you can see if you think you'd be quick enough to kick my ass. And I'm serious about all this. I trained all my life just to stay strong. I might get sick, and yeah, that don't mean I'm not like strong when I'm sick. It's like my knee hurts today. It's like I told people if my arm was cut off, I would stub you to death with that bitch. It's stubbornness. You know, you wouldn't believe. You would not believe. And I'm very um fortunate. God made me very strong. Really, really fortunate. But like I was pretty proud, like even when I was a kid, of my strength. I started weight training when I was 9, and then started helping with like paper routes and telephone book deliveries. I'd take like 9 at a time, and um, flyers, and I have walked so many miles. I couldn't describe the miles I've put on just walking. But let alone all my other activities. And yeah, staying active. I'm not bragging. I am telling you the truth. Even if you're hurt, you got to keep active somehow. Even if it's like sitting in a chair, it's like, I'll do like this, you know, with my leg, sit there. Serious. Sit there, do that, do like bicep curls just with your arms, just sitting there, you know, or I'll do like hold my legs out and then bring them down and hold them like 3 inches off the ground, that type of thing. Just, you know, like right now it hurts for me to do like a plank, or it hurts for me to do like a downward dog in a yoga stance or whatever. So I take it somewhere else. You see what I mean? If I'm injured one spot, I go to another spot. And I'm not just being crazy or goofy. Yes, I'm goofy, but I'm seriously telling you that even lifting your knee up or and holding it for 10 seconds, if you can, put it down one at a time. Then put your hands on each side of your body and lift both your legs up and hold it for a 3 count, put it down, then try and extend it for, breathe before you do it, hold it, and breathe out as you're holding your legs up, or one at a time. Try that. Um, and I really know this because of everything I've been through and working for a physical therapist. And um, yeah, I'm kind of very, very strong. So yeah, I've been considering doing a channel just for senior uh, healthcare, as far as strength building or exercising as a senior, you know, what we can do and what we can't do. Or I'll sit here and I'll just like put my arms up and I'll bend to like the side and extend them out. Do the other, extend it out. And I know like one of my friends said she'd be like into something like that, or lace, or just put your hands behind your head if you don't want to extend, and just go a little this way, little that way, go that way, go that way, and then try and go back if you can. And I can do a really badass back bend still with both my hands out and then put them in a like that backwards, you know. So yeah, and then maybe extend a leg or something. I'm one thing I love to do that freaks people out, especially younger people, is just about put my elbows on the ground. Now, if I'm doing like a downward dog, that hurts my arm like that, but I can do bend over and quite far. And then another one is to just stand on one leg and bring my leg out and hold it straight out. Stand up and bring it up like bent knee and then extend your leg out without falling over. If you can do that, your balance is really incredible. And mine is, that's what I can do. Or try pretend like you're flying, put your arms out to the side, bend over, and then try and pick up a leg backwards and stand like that. And then do the other one. Careful you don't fall on your face. You'll know if you get your leg off the ground in the front or the back, and you can use a chair to assist yourself. That's not cheating. It's always good to stretch your muscles as much as you can. But if you can't stand, just concentrate on what part you might want to work on, and then like one muscle's connected to another with ligaments and tendons, so if you're working the one up above, the others will follow suit. You'll literally be working on your core and you don't have to even leave your chair. Isn't that cool? That's reality. So yeah, I was going to do that one of these days anyway, talk to people about exercise. So that's just whether you're into it or not. I am. That's just me. So, well, I'll leave you on that note. And um, I did a lot of house cleaning today because I got behind because I tried to rest my knee for a couple days, but and then it rained and it's still kind of gloomy tonight, and it's like, the knee still hurts, but then I did use it hard today, kind of, so yeah. But I really did watch a really good movie this morning before I got going hard, and it was called Oceans Rising on an app called XUOM or MO, no, XUOM, I think it was. I'll check it out and let you know for sure, but you could even probably type it in on your like TV app and find it. And it was apocalyptic, and I won't tell you if they saved the world or not because that would wreck the movie. But it was good. It's like an hour and 31 minutes, something like that. And I'd pause it, go do something, and come back. That was pretty neat. So, okay, everybody, thank you for joining me. I love you very much. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota. God bless your night or day, wherever you're at. Have a good one. Later.